Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Leslie. Today we're going to be making a scrapbooking page. So I'm going to make a page using this particular photo. This is one from our little Christmas session, and I'm going to be using Kendra's card challenge sketch. Now this is sketch number 11 from her current quarter, which is Kendra card challenge number 13. And I want to show you how you can turn these sketches that are usually used for cards into a scrapbooking layout. So I'm starting out, this is what I do consistently for my pages. I'm showing you kind of what I'm about to set up. I kind of lay it all out as I go and then kind of make decisions where, what am I going to emboss, what am I going to stamp, that kind of thing. So this one we're going to be using this embossing folder from Simon Says Stamp, and we're just going to emboss the top portion of the left side of this page. So I just go ahead and put that in my Platinum 6, and then I end up adding just the little folder that says what it is for my impression there, and that actually makes a beautiful impression. I did put a little bit of water on the paper just to make it really stand out, especially since it's a 3D embossing folder. That way the paper wouldn't crunch too badly. So I consistently lay out my stuff, decide what I want to do, lay it out, decide what I want to do, kind of thing. So I know I wanted to add some snowflakes. After figuring out where I wanted that, I'm just kind of lining up everything. And I'm deciding whether I want to do anything on that right side, not yet. So I'm going to continue on with the green. So this green kind of has a metallic sheen to it, so I do have to be careful with that. But I am going to emboss this panel. Now it's very sticky, and you can see some of the sheen got taken off just from the wax that is on these stamps, because I've never used this stamp, so I do need to prep it, which is what I'm doing there. I'm rubbing it off. And then I am prepping my paper as well with some anti-static powder, since I am going to be embossing this. I'm using Simon Says Stamp embossing ink. This actually came in one of their kits. And so I am just patting that down and going ahead and stamping it. And I'm just using my stamping tool. It did take some added pressure right in the middle. I was having some trouble there. That's just me really making it go down. I didn't want to have to ink it up a second time, just because this is a very delicate stamping. Those snowflakes are very delicate, and I didn't want to end up pressing too hard or smearing it. And so I just did the one time, which was enough. And then I'm going to use some gold glitter embossing powder, which is a little bit harder to use for delicate stamps, but it ended up working out with this. I did have to brush off some of it, just because with that paper style, it did stick a little bit more. So I do brush that off camera. And then I'm just showing you, this is how I work. I grab a piece of copy paper, that's my base. I fold it in half, and then I just tunnel it back in. And then here is the magic. Oh, I love watching embossing powder get melted. Is it just me? That's probably like my favorite part of other videos that I watch, is seeing the magic of embossing powder do its thing. And this is so pretty and shiny, and it just melted so well, kind of thing. Like usually I struggle with some embossing powder, but this one just melted beautifully, and you can actually see me do it. And then I'm just going to take a microfiber cloth and get that anti-static powder off of the paper there. And you can rub pretty hard, guys. Like, don't be afraid of really getting your paper cleaned off. You can use quite a bit of anti-static powder and still get it off with using a microfiber cloth. Now again, I'm just setting up my page again, kind of getting a feel for what I want to do, because I don't kind of sketch out what I want to do before I start. Like, I have an idea. I know the sketch I'm using. But other than that, like, I create as I go. Now, I did have, in that same metallic paper, I did have this gold color that ended up matching my embossing powder. And that's what I'm going to be using for the stripe layers that's in the sketch. I'm just cutting off a 1/2 inch of, so 2 1/2 inches here. And then I'm going to use that in between the green and the red, and you'll see that here. I am just going to go ahead and use my tape runner and start getting these pieces on, because I've decided, I'm not going to do anything else embossing or embossing. Is that weird that they're both called embossing, but one's embossing pattern, one's embossing folders? Isn't it like dry embossing versus wet embossing? If you know, let me know down in the comments. I just love that it's completely different things. Same word. I feel like something needs a different word. This tape adhesive that I'm using here is actually new to me. Scrapbook.com didn't have their dot adhesive out in, and they haven't had it in for a while. And I was actually completely out. So I did have to make an order of adhesive, which is part of the no buy year for me. I am allowed to buy adhesive because that's kind of something you need to be able to do stuff. In that package, I also bought some foam tape and the scrapbooking trays because I've desperately been needing something to hold my die cuts because I keep losing them. And then I think I got something for free. So that was my really sad and depressing order, but I got the things I needed. So I'm just going to use that adhesive to also put on the gold stripes. Now in the actual sketch, I believe the red pieces are cut short, and so the gold is actually a layer underneath the green. But the way I set this up, since I'm kind of running my own calculations here, I just decided to make them just strips here. It just kind of made my life a little bit easier. And I know my photo doesn't quite cover the stripe completely, but I'm also okay with that because I think it's fun. So I am bringing in a sticker sheet from Echo Park. This is their Christmas sentiments sticker sheet. And then I've decided I wanted to use that line. I really like the greens and the reds. And it also has some black on it. So I felt like the colors just went really, really well. And since it is a full 12 inch, I just did 6 inches for the bottom and 6 inches for the top in my little 4x6 print. And I just think that just is perfect. Now, I did have to line it pretty specifically here. I wanted it to overlap the photo just a touch, but not like take off more of my husband's head or my daughter's feet. And then I am bringing in the Happy Holidays little circle sticker here. And then I decide I also want another little sticker. So I grabbed the red snowflake because I wanted there to be some more layers in between the Happy Holidays that's green and my green sheet, just to kind of bump it up a little bit. And then I brought in one of the green plaid tags that kind of goes with our outfits a little bit. Our outfits are black and white, but this kind of gives that patterny feel. And then just adding a couple other little snowflake stickers. And then I brought out 2023 that I had already cut from other cards and things. These are my leftover scraps, and I just kind of wanted to get a feel of if I liked it and where I wanted it to go. So originally I was thinking the bottom, but I decided to do the top because I just felt like it looked perfect. But then I am going to have to cut that out. I'm using the same metallic gold that I used for the stripes, just so it all stays matching and coordinated. Of course, I will have to do that too again. These are actually shaker dies from Queen & Company. So you will see after I die cut them, there's actually 2 layers to them. So some more numbers for my scraps that I actually put with the dies for later. So if I decide, hey, I want to do the shaker outline part for 2023 on a different page, I can sure do that. So I'm taking the middles out for this particular page, and then those outlines will just go back with the dies. So here I'm deciding I want to bump up that Happy Holidays a bit. I don't like it completely flat against the page. And so then I am going to put some anti-static powder on the back just so it takes away the stickiness. And then I'm going to add foam tape to it. You do see it did kind of ruin the paper a little bit taking it off, but I'm going to cover it right back up so it wasn't that big a deal. I'm just grabbing some of my little foam circles and setting it right back where it was. But this just gives it a little bit more dimension, which I really like. And there's not a whole lot of actual dimension with this particular page. So that was one place I could do it. I was thinking about doing it with a 2023, but I don't have the right strips for that. So I just decided to just use liquid glue here and put them down. So I do the 2 first, and then the 3, and then the 0, 2 right in the middle just to keep it even. And then I'm bringing in some more Queen & Co. Company's little embellishments here. These are the gold pearls. They were just the perfect color to go with the snowflakes and everything. I'm putting a bunch within the snowflakes, a couple at the top on the right and a couple on the left with the 2023. Now I am putting in a few worded sentiments here. This says a wonderful Christmas time. This is actually from Tim Holtz. He has a strip sentiment thing I'm going to show you here in a minute. I'm just kind of pointing out all the different elements that I'm kind of matching and basing it off. There's the ideology strips. That's where I'm getting a wonderful Christmas time. And then it has a bunch of random words as well that represent Christmas. And I'm just finding a few that represent what we were doing. So sugar cookies is one of them. I found the word decorated, and I think it actually said decorate the Christmas tree, but I cut it in half just so I could say decorated. Yeah, it's a really long sentiment there, and I just put the rest of the sentiment back in because you never know, I might want to randomly say the word Christmas tree somewhere. So it says decorated sugar cookies, and then I also bring in a strip that says happy smiles and twinkling eyes. So this is just an easy way to turn one of Kendra's card sketches into a scrapbooking page. I am part of her inspiration team, which is why this is one of the things I wanted to do. I've actually used quite a few of her sketches for scrapbooking pages, and I'll be doing some more. So if you don't know what Kendra's card challenge is, all that information is down below. So I hope you have a great day. Like, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.